Hi everybody, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. Today is Sunday, Sew Sunday, where I hope to inspire you to sew today or tomorrow or sometime during the week. You never know. Just sit down at the machine and pull out some fabric and go. Anyways, so hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I'm waiting for this to start so that I could scroll up in the chat thing and see what everybody is saying.
Mine's pretty slow here too.
Mine is way far back. I'm not even going to be able to see the beginning. We have Karen, Beverly, Mona, Patty Boo, or Pat Boo, sorry. Sheila, Beverly, Shirley, Tana, Truth, E. Joyner, Joe, Angela, Milena, Gigi Quilts, Nancy, Kim, Jill, Teresa, Shauna, Ann, Barbara, Rena, Shillerin, Reva, MJ, Marcia, Donna, Tracy, Nancy, HDL, Jackie, where are we at? Nancy, Judy, Evelyn, Inez, Christine, Marie, Crafty One, Jim. Oh my goodness, stop doing that. I think it's I stopped at Jim, but where is it at? I don't know. Hello, everybody. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. Every time the thing finally catches up, it like just goes whoop, and I don't want to try to find where I was. It happens every time. So today I don't have really much planned. I just need to make a little bag because Scott's mom, my mother-in-law, asked if I could make a little bag for her and her husband's grandkid that lives in Texas. So I'm going to make that little bag that she asked for, and she chose 2 fabrics, and I chose the third because I need something inside the bag. And that's all I'm doing is making a cheesy little bag. And if I finish fast enough, I'll just break out something else and start sewing something else because these little bags usually go so fast. So I'm just going to make a bag off of memory because that's all I know how to do. And it's a Tiffy size 1 bag or similar to, I don't know the exact measurements. I just know how I make them, but it's the littler version of a Tiffy bag. It's just a little children's version or a makeup bag style, little bag. So I pulled out a zipper. I have the main fabric that she chose, which is this cute little, you can see it, ladies lounging or taking a bath or lounging. And the accent color is this jean looking fabric because the ladies, one of them is wearing jeans, but it actually goes with it nicely. And then I chose this pink for the lining and pink for a zipper. And then inside the bag will have just slip pockets because it's too small to have a zipper pocket inside of it. So all I'm going to do is just get started on my memory of knowing what I did and how I did it in the past, or just guess, because, that's what I'm good at. It's just guessing that I'm doing good. So the first thing I'm going to do is press an area nicely and then cut it out for the bag. And the front and the back don't have to be exactly the same. So I'm probably going to choose like this area right here up and this area right here, just so that it's good. So let's wait till this iron heats up. I'm just using my Panasonic cordless today so that I can iron right here in front of you.
Mary Jane and JoJo and E. Joyner all love the stuff they bought from you.
Oh, I'm so glad everybody's getting the things that you guys purchased from last week's, what's the word for it again? D-stash. I'm glad everybody's getting everything.
And JoJo liked the little surprises in there.
Oh, I'm glad you guys liked your little surprise gifts. It's not much, but I mean, it's something. This iron is steaming right now. It's steaming at me. It's going. Welcome everybody
somebody
joining.
Sent us a thing for squeak. We might buy another squeak.
Yeah, one of the fans sent me a link to, they had found squeak online. So I showed Scott and it's an affordable price. So I was like, maybe we should get rid of all those other crappy irons because we do have quite a few of them. And I'm only going to keep my Panasonic and my Reliable and then get a new squeak.
But we haven't done it yet.
Because, we've been very busy because this coming week is a busy week for me. Very busy week for me. You guys will not see me on live stream this week at all because I will be on Wednesday getting an endoscopy and colonoscopy so that they can find out why my gut is still being bad because I have a bad gut and I don't want to really have to endure surgery again, but if it happens, it happens. So if anybody here has ever had a colonoscopy, you kind of know what the day before is like. So you won't see me this week because, well, let's just say I won't be around.
How's Alexa liking Tennessee? More than one person is that.
Alexa likes Tennessee. She got a new job. It's her second job since being there, but she likes the new one better. So that's a plus. All right, I'm going to fold this in half. That's about how tall I want it. I'm just going to cut off the end, and I'm just using this scrap piece. This is all I have left of this fabric. Yeah, that's about good height. All right, so this I do not need. I'm going to go ahead and just fold that up out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a width and a height. I'm going to go about right there. And that is just going to be for like interior slip pocket.
Debbie Dobbins loves all her stuff.
Oh, I'm so glad everybody got their things and loves them. As creators, we all like worry about what people think of our stuff, and I'm the same way as you guys. So don't think that you are the only one that thinks, oh my God, this is so bad. This is ugly. Or how this, you know what I mean? Like the stitches are horrible or blah, 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 blah. I'm not the only one that does it. So you guys do it. I do it. And it's just part of being a creator. All right. I have two pieces right here that are just random in size. I have no idea how big they are. They are similar. They're not exactly the same because her head is cut off, but hers is not. But that's okay. And now I need to cut a strip. What am I going to do? Well, let's see. If you guys are curious, because I'm always making things up as I go. 8 3/4 by 10 1/4. Very odd numbers, huh? But I'm just making a small little bag, so. All right, I just need a little bit of this for each side. Yeah, let's just use this guy and this guy to straighten up this edge right here. And no, I'm not doing it on a line on the mat. I'm actually just winging it by using the selvage on here to line up the fabric to straighten this up.
I'm not using the martelli cutter, you're using that other one. Look at that.
So I'm going to move that out of the way so that I have my bottom still straight, and then I'm going to move the ruler to the top. And look at that. It's nice and straight. Just like that. So now I have a nice straight line to work with. Woohoo! I fear my hair is going to annoy me today. All right, I'm going to cut let's see. I'm trying to think here. We're going to go with 2.5 inch. That should be good. Just making a little bag. 2.5 inch. I need 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 for those. And then I need a 4-inch piece. I don't need that one anymore. Switch to this one. I need a 4-inch piece for the little straps, but I only need 1 cut. All right. And then once we make the outside, I'll make the lining once that's complete. Okay, that's for my little 2 straps. My little outside is going to get a piece on the sides. Go right here.
Dee Dee says your hair looks nice today.
Thank you. I can't get the frizz to stay down very well. It's winter time, it's cold, and my hair, this whole top right here, frizzes up. So I take water, I get water on my hands, and I just kind of pat it down, and then I use the brush to keep it down, but then it'll start frizzing again.
Plus it's very windy here.
Yeah, and it's very windy here today, and I was just outside like, 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, however long ago. 12 minutes ago.
Precise.
All right, so there's that. Oh, why did I cut that way? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. That was supposed to be sideways. Oh, well. This one will be correct. That one I'll just cut correct in a second. All right. Just putting it on the sides, and I'm going to take a 2.5 inch cut out of the bottom anyway, so it really don't matter. Okay. This is just going to be bigger than it needs to be on this one. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to sew one of these on each side. Today I'm using Aurifil thread because I'm trying to use it all up. No matter how many thread breaks I have, I'm still pushing with it. Oh yeah, that was cut a little too big. Okay, turn it around. Sew it on this side. All right, we're going to sew these 2 on, and then we'll trim the excess off of that one because, well, I guess I wasn't paying attention. I'm literally just making a very simple little bag.
They enjoy hearing you think out loud.
Thank you, guys. I don't enjoy hearing me think out loud. The thoughts in my brain are like, what did you just do wrong? Why did you cut that? Could you have done better? I'm just going to turn this upside down like this, and I'm going to cut off these 2 oversized extra areas that I didn't need because I wasn't paying attention. We're going to press these back, and then we're going to add some interfacing. Okay, there's one. This one's going to be a little bit longer than they normally are when I make Tiffy bags. But I guess every bag is considered a Tiffy bag.
Well, Mom and Pop Quilt Shop says bags of all sizes are very useful.
Yes, they are. And this is for a little girl, so it doesn't matter how big or small it is. She'll enjoy it by putting whatever she wants in it.
Isn't it
All right.
supposed to be a little bag, though?
Yeah, it'll be little.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little
I don't
bag,
care how
yes.
big you make it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little bag. All right, I'm going to put some interfacing on these pieces. I'm just using the Pellon 911 FW. I think that's what it is. FFW1, actually.
How are you enjoying your sewing room now?
I love having more space. Let me tell you, I was filming this week so that you guys have a video because I won't be able to film next week because I will be not in the mood. So I was filming the Sculliver Sew Along this week, and I loved being able to move the camera with ease, and I did not trip over the camera at all, the tripod thing. I was like, yes, it was a miracle. All right, let's just put these this way. Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, and yeah. We're gonna make this work. Like how I just slid that along. All right, I'm gonna turn it this way. That one's about laying accurate enough. Okay, and I'm gonna slide this one down equal and make this one the right size. And I'm also gonna quilt this as well because I brought out some cotton batting to quilt with. All right, so that's the size it needs to be, and this must be really lousy at cutting because that one's a little kind of big. Okay, make sure that the glue side, which is the pokey side, is always facing the fabric. You don't want it facing your ironing board or your iron because that's how you ruin irons. And let me tell you, I've done it a few times. It's a good thing somebody out there in this world of chat has told me about the dryer sheet thing because the dryer sheet takes it off right away. But it makes the iron a little bit, there's a word for it, kind of sticky afterwards, so I have to do a regular wash, but that's okay. Okay.
When
Looks
making a
like
memory quilt, do you always have to use interfacing?
I would, because if it's a memory quilt made out of t-shirts, your t-shirts are going to stretch while you're sewing them on any machine, and that's going to make it very hard to put it together because everything is going to get all wonky and out of whack. You're going to end up with pleats, all sorts of stuff. So I would definitely use some kind of stabilizer. You can use a lightweight stabilizer like a SF101 or an ES. Hold on. ES114. That one is a good one for t-shirts too. So I have to look at the stuff that I own to know what the numbers are because I don't remember them offhand. That darn bad memory of mine.
Have you made quilts with cotton corduroy? I don't know what that is.
Corduroy? No, I have not. But I did make a little butt bag out of corduroy pants once. That looks horrible.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. The corduroy
Yeah.
then.
I made a little, I took the butt part. I remembered from being a kid that my mom used to make bags out of the bottom portion of the pants. And I was like, oh, I can recreate that from memory. Yeah, right. I didn't know how to do what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing. I just pretended I did and sewed it together on live stream and was like, this looks dumb. So I actually have it over on the shelf. It has a basket in it that I keep my cards in, my thank you cards, and it's sitting over on a shelf. All right, next thing I need is some batting, and we're going to quilt these little things. I'm going to cut the corners out after I quilt them. Actually, no, let's cut the corners out now. That'll be nice. Let's cut the corners out now. That way I can avoid wherever I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut a 2.5-inch square out of the bottom.
Pam's memory quilt isn't made out of t-shirts, just cotton and polyester. So would you still use interfacing?
No, if it's cotton and polyester, no, I wouldn't use anything. I did on my grandma's, the one that I did for my grandma, I did use interfacing on all those shirts because some of them were like silk, some of them were rayon. So some of them had a different stretch factor to them. So I did use interfacing. But if it's all the same fabric, like flannel shirts or whatever, then I would say you can get away without it. I'm just cutting out 2.5-inch squares from the bottom. It's going to be a nice wide bottom bag for her to stick her stuff in.
Did you freeze?
Did I freeze? It's still going on this one.
I don't know that. Did you freeze? I don't think so. Working on my end.
It's working on my end. All right, let's take this batting. Like I said, I'm just using a thin cotton batting. I'm just going to roughly stick it on here. And another one.
What color thread would you use on a t-shirt quilt?
White, black, it doesn't matter. I just use thread. If it's on the inside of the t-shirt quilt, nobody's going to see it. Okay. I'm going to quilt these and then I'll trim. To quilt it, I would just go with a blender color. If the quilt has more white in it, then use a white. If it has more gray in it, then use a gray. If it has lots of different colors, I say like a light gray or a dove color. Okay, let's see. Slide it up just like that, right there. I'm making sure that the batting is down by at least 1/4 inch because I do need to have room for my zipper. There we go. That's good right there.
Did it take you long to get used to your Martelli cutter?
No. I was used to the Martelli cutter right away. It felt natural in my hand. And I broke thread.
Tell them I just put the thing in for the Martelli cutter.
Yep. Scott just put a link in for the Martelli cutter for you guys.
What's the purpose of using both batting and fleece?
Batting and fleece?
That's the question.
I didn't use batting and fleece. I'm just using batting. I don't know, but can you get me a rubber band or turn the fan on? It's like sweaty hot in here.
You want both? I can get you both, the rubber band and the fan.
Yeah, the rubber band is the soft one that's next to the bed.
You're ironing, my love.
Thank you.
Somebody wants to say hi. He says I need my 5 minutes of fame, mommy. What?
He's saying hi. That's Thumper, my kitty, if you guys have never met him before.
Go back to my spot as Daddy trips over stuff.
I'm going to...
What was that, right there?
Yeah. I'm going to
cleaned up and I'm tripping over everything.
Stitch... where else? I like to just make things up as I go. So I'm going like, where did it go? Is it right here? Where's my little, there it is, right there. I have this little ruler right here, and I have used it to line up something and stick my foot next to it and use it as a ruler.
Well, they're talking about fusible fleece. Is that fusible batting or is it actually
No,
fleece?
this is just batting, regular cotton batting.
No, fusible fleece.
I don't use fusible fleece.
That's what they're talking about.
No, I don't use fusible fleece.
They wanted to know if it was actual fleece or if it was batting or what.
No, I don't use fusible fleece. Okay, now I want another line an inch and a half from that. Okay, now I want another line, another inch and a half from that. Look at how I'm doing this.
Oh,
just using.
Froze. Are you frozen up there?
Nope. I don't know up there.
I'm frozen though. I can't do anything with my computer froze.
Just use this one.
I'm gonna close it and come back in if I can do that.
Now I'm going to go an inch and a half from that. So I have nice equal quilting lines.
That's what I want to get in the computer. It's frozen completely. I guess if you want me to read comments, I'm going to need this one.
Here you go. And let's see. Oh, it's just right along the bottom. That should be good. So I just quilted an inch and a half apart, inch and a half lines, just all the way down. Oh, I do need to straighten this one out real quick. Or lay this on the straight side. How about that?
What size bag are you making?
Just a small little bag. It's not going to be very big. Either the thread breaks or it doesn't cut. This Juki does not like this brand of thread. All right, now I'm going to do some inch and a half apart lines using my ruler to guide me.
Eric says you must be using Orifil.
Yep. Telling you guys, this stuff in my machine does not, they do not go together. I'm pretty sure it's a high-speed thing because the faster it goes, the more it doesn't want to work. Okay, inch and a half again. I'm only doing this because I cannot sew a straight line.
What thread do you usually use?
Usually I use whatever other brand. Any other brand but the Aurifil. I don't know what it is about this stuff, but it just does not like my machine. But I've been using all sorts of different, although, you know what? These ones right here, the little spools of Aurifil, I didn't have as much breakage with these little tiny ones as I do with this size. Weird, right? Like, I have no idea if it's wound differently or what, but the little ones I didn't have as much of a struggle, which is kind of funny. It's just these bigger ones. I don't know. It just don't like the bigger spools. And it likes the huge spools, which are, I don't have one right here. The big, huge spool of Aurifil, it likes this stuff, but it doesn't like the mid-size. Again, these ones, because there's all those. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but...
You have the same thread in the bobbin?
Yep, same thread in the bobbin. You guys like in my organization, I actually put a thread, the whole dresser here is all thread. So it's literally within reach and I can grab thread whenever I need it. Okay. Now that those are quilted, I'm going to cut away all these excess threads that are like all over the place because I was pulling the thread away.
You want to try again?
Okay. One. I'm going to do this one. And then I'm going to trim the excess batting away.
Are they all the same weight?
Yeah. This is 50. These are 50. And the big one is 50. They're all 50 weight. Something about these one spools, so I just don't use them. Well, I'm using it now. I'm trying to use them all up. So I'm dealing with the issues at hand with them. All right, so I'm going to trim away all the excess batting, and trim that away because it's not needed. I'm leaving it in the seam allowance though, just along the sides and the bottom because it's no big deal. But it is pulled down at the top though because the zipper really needs to fit. The zippers are kind of...
You've turned the thread upside down, right?
Yep, I've turned it upside down. I've tried to hook it to where it can go sideways, just by laying it down here on the thing and just let it pull up sideways. It definitely don't work doing that. It's just doesn't like me.
Does color make a difference in breakage?
Nope. Not that I know of. I don't think it's supposed to. But I have like 8 spools of it, the medium ones, and I definitely need to use them all up. All right, that piece is ready. And then let's make this one ready. And what we're going to do is make some straps and hook them to it. And then I also need to cut the lining to the size of the outside and add some little slip pockets to it.
Have you ever seen 40 weight?
Yeah. I've seen all the different ones. I just don't buy them.
I'm gonna put the little tab for the Juki in here.
Scott put the link to the Juki for those.
That's the word. Well, they were asking what kind of Juki.
Yep, it's the TL 2010Q. That's what my Juki is.
They can click on the link and learn all about it.
All right, let's make some lining pieces and then the straps. All right. Just need one side.
Clean your sewing machine after every project?
Yep, it just got cleaned before coming live. I got cleaned and oiled.
Well, Mom and Pop like your pink lining there.
Heck yeah. Who says you can't use a super bright pink inside of the bag?
The old Mom and Pop like it.
All right. You guys see how I'm doing this? I'm literally just laying it on here and cutting. I am not doing any accurate nothing. Why? Because I don't want to. Just trying to enjoy myself here. And I'm cutting both pieces at the same exact time, too. Well, hello there, kitty. What's your angle, huh? You just gonna sniff at everything back there?
This is doing right.
Okay, if I make this bag, do you think you'll fit in it? Yeah? No?
Yeah, no.
No.
He says, no, you need a very big bag for me, Mama.
Yep. You're definitely not a purse kitty.
Mom and Pop said the same thing Lexa says. He sits, he fits. Lexa says that all the time.
Yep. She sure does.
He sits, he fits. Yep.
All right. And this side. And then I'm going to put a little slip pocket for the inside. I think I'm going to put a slip pocket on both sides of the inside. Because it's just a cute little bag and it needs slip pockets. All right. Let's go with this guy and this one. Move those out of my way. Let's see. What do we want? We want this.
What's the purpose of the interfacing and batting?
To give it some stability so that the bag holds itself up nicely once it's together. All right, I'm going to cut this in half. I'm just going to use what you see and make 2 slip pockets out of this. Oh, I do have selvage on here. And we'll straighten this bottom. Again, I'm just cutting and sewing. I'm not paying attention to any numbers today. I don't see the need to. So I'm going to sew these around. I'm going to leave an opening to flip it. I'm just going to sew around, leave an opening, flip it, sew it, and then sew it directly onto the bag. I mean, to the lining. That's going inside the bag. Like, I left an area to flip the little thing the opposite way. There's one. Oops, and this one's going to have it on the side. Because I was not paying attention. I'm just going to flip these out. Let's cut these little corners. Is he sneezing at the dust in my room? Just snipping up to the stitching, not the stitching. I get as close as I can to it. That way I can poke the corners out really nicely. And then I'll press. Okay. So I'm going to flip it out. Because it wants to flip out. Party time. Sorry.
You're not. I love you.
All right. Let's grab the shank. Shank these corners.
Gotta get her shank.
And then we'll press this out and sew them on to the thingamabobber. The lining. That's the word. Where did I leave the hole here? Oh, on this side. Not adding anything special to these. Like I said, it's for the child to play with, to play dress up and whatever. So it's just for fun. So it doesn't need to be completely perfect or have accurate anything. Well, it just needs to stay together and fit lots of kid stuff. That's it. All right. Move that, move that, move that, grab this. And put it on here. And I'm just flipping in my seam here on the side, the 1/4 inch seam, because I'm going to seal it on the machine. There's one slip pocket with some thread sticking out because that's what happens. There we go.
Have you ever had the case outside the bobbin or the metal part of it rub when turning the wheel?
No, I've never had anything fall apart with my bobbin.
She do, but if you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Oh, put the shank away. I'm going to top stitch along that side that had the fold and make that nice, except this one. My shanked corner came undone.
Have you ever made a bag from by Annie's collection?
Nope, not yet. I have not made any of the patterned ones.
Or your
that
own design for a quilting tool bag?
I did a tool thing, yes.
Yeah, you made that little thing where you put all the stuff in.
The Quilty Caddy.
Yeah, you have one sitting right there. You can see it in the edge of the screen. It's in front of the Juki.
Yep, this little Quilty Caddy right here, I made that. I actually made a few of them. Because they're not just for quilting stuff. All right, folding along the top. Sewing along the top. Okay. And now to stitch them on here. So I'm just gonna center it on here and be like, oh, hey, that's the spot. Looks good to me. I never do that, and nothing's perfect about that. I just say, hey, that looks good. Looks straight, looks good. And now I'm gonna stitch all the way around, and I'll be sealing the hole that I flipped it as well, all at the same time. I am back stitching at the top though, because obviously things will be sliding in and out of this slip pocket. So having the top stitched nicely is a good idea. So I'm just stitching 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Come on. Yep. And there is a slip pocket for inside of one side of the bag. And that looks pretty center to me. All right, next one. Let's lay this on here, make it look center. Ooh, that one's not center. That's about center right there. Okay, and slip pocket number 2.
Is it normal for someone to have many sewing machines?
Yeah, I've met quite a few people that have like 10 sewing machines. I have 1, 2. I have 2 regular sewing machines, this one and little brother machine. I just use that when there's company. Then I have an embroidery machine, so technically that's considered a machine. And then I have a long arm machine, which technically is just an extremely large sewing machine. All right, now let's make straps. So yeah, I think it's normal to have more than one machine. If you want more than one machine, then go get another machine.
Do you remember anything about when that video was on the Quilting Caddy? Did you make it
was a
someone?
Sew Sunday, and it's Sew Sunday, and it's called the Quilty Caddy. The video, it's Sew Sunday, and it has a date, and it just says Quilty Caddy. I bet you if you just type in Quilty Caddy into YouTube, you'll find it.
Yeah, I don't think too many people have a Quilty Caddy. I could be wrong though.
I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, straps need to be, I'm gonna at least, I'm thinking here. We'll just do, that seems too long. We'll do right there. I don't know what size that is. That's just me, throwing it out there. All right, so that'll be 18 inches. Why am I trying to use that one? For those that asked about, the Martelli cutter getting used to it, I can swap between any of these cutters with both hands except for this one. This is the only one I can't do both hands with, but I can go from cutter to cutter. It's just natural to me. So if you're struggling I've heard that people struggle going from a regular rotary cutter to the Martelli cutter. This just fits natural. If they made kitchen knives that had handles like this, I could cut potatoes up so much easier than having a regular knife that cuts like this, if that makes any sense. It's just how you want to use your arm and your wrist and how much pressure you think you need when you're cutting. If you have a sharp blade, you don't really need much pressure unless you're cutting through like 8 layers like I do, then, you gotta kind of give it a little push. But yeah, I don't think you need to worry about getting used to it. It should come natural in your wrist. All right, we need some interfacing so that way this handle isn't super duper, what's the word for it? I'm looking for a word. So the handle isn't so thin and flobbly. Is that a word? Flobbly?
Sure. Your word.
I need a rotary cutter. And I need to straighten that up. I'm just cutting almost 2 inches. So like not even an eighth shy. Almost 2 inches. That wasn't straight. So I need 2 of those.
Oh, here, John hooked it up. So Sunday, 4/24/22.
Yep.
Quilty Caddy.
Yep, it was recent. Okay.
Thank you, John.
Let's fold these and then we'll add that stuff and attach 2 bag. So I'm going to fold it in half to get a center line. I don't want to reach that far because it's pulling my shirt. Then I got my center line, so I'm just going to fold the center in, the sides into the center, just like I do with any strap. And then fold this side into that center line. And then in that center, I can now add this stuff right here. I'm just going to cut it to size with scissors. And then we're going to glue it in there. Just going to fold the sides in on it. Get it to lay flat in there. This will give the handles, straps, handles, whatever you want to call it, a little bit of stability. Once they're in there, fold it in half. And then we'll sew it shut. Sew it shut. All right, next one. Make a center crease. Fold the sides into the center. Can I have water?
Yes,
Please?
of course. No, you have to die of dehydration. Thirst. I will get you water. You want thirst?
No, just water, please. Okay, and once that's ready, open it up.
It's already dark. Feels like it's so late. It's 6 o'clock yet.
It's not even 6 and it's dark. Okay.
I know. Normally it's like till 8 o'clock at night.
All right, once that's in there, press it down. Oops. Spilling water everywhere.
It's okay.
The iron can dry it. Spilled water? That's okay. Grab the iron. Dry it up. Sorry, guys. I was thirsty. Okay. Now in half. And then we'll take it over and sew them, and then we'll sew them onto the back. And then we'll start putting the zipper on and all that stuff and getting the bag sewn together. So I'm going to change my stitch length and stitch down one side and back down the other. Why did I do that? I'm a moron.
What'd you do? You're not a moron.
No, I totally forgot I should fold in the ends because this is actually going to be a top placed. I'm placing it on top.
At least you remembered it right as you started and not after you got it done. So see, you're not a moron. Don't say that.
I need to fold my ends in because this is going on the top of the bag, not coming out the zipper area. So I'm just going to fold in about a ½ inch. Oh my goodness. Due to that fold, it doesn't want to stay. Let's just fold it first. We're going to make both the straps exactly the same. So I'm going to do this one first, and then I'll mirror the image from the other one so that it's exactly the same. I don't know why I forgot that part, because we're top stitching it onto the bag itself. So we definitely want those ends in. Okay, let's do this side. And then I'll match the other strap to this one. That way they're both exactly the same size. Perfect. All right, we're gonna lay this one up here. Start with one end. Now I'm going to match it to this one. That's the only thing I'm doing that's exact. Everything has been just random. Okay, right there. Still the same. There we go. Now I should have two exactly the same size straps. Perfect. Now to sew them closed. good in there. Right there. One more.
There's a Sewing Machines Plus link if they're
There's
interested.
a Sewing Machines Plus link, Scott said.
They're all talking about having to go to Vegas to find their sewing machines. So right there's
And
one you
the
can buy
thread
online.
broke again.
Check it out online right there.
Come on.
Made in America.
Gotta find my little threader. All right. Those are done. Let's put them on the bag. We're going to try to put them in the same exact spot. So they're actually going to come from lower. I'm going to put it right here, and then it'll flip around like this. So you can see it'll come right here to there, but we're going to make sure that we put it what am I looking for? This right here. The same amount on each side. So we're going to go one. Let's see if this is a good spot. Just going to mark it right there and hold it. Let's see this side. I'm marking it 1.5 inches in from the jean looking section. Oops. There we go. Right there. That should be good. I'm marking it so that I know to go on the outside of these 2 red lines. So that one is ready. Now let's do this one. So we're going to go 1.5 inches from here. And I'm going to mark it. Oops. And no worries if I draw on stuff because it's going to go away with the iron. And 1.5 inches from here. And then just because, mark that, mark that, mark that, and mark this. That's just for my square that I'm going to make, a little square. So again, I'm lining it on the inside, right here, of said mark. I'm going to stitch it. There, turn it. Turn it. And then I'm going to create a little X.
Oh, Kathleen says thank you for her cute little gift.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, That one's on there. It's stitched around it a bazillion times. That handle ain't going nowhere.
Oh, she got the threader. The little hummingbird threader. Needle threader.
Awesome. All right, now for the inside of this one right here. And I made sure that my inch is way far down so that I still have room to put my zipper in. I'm gonna stitch this one on now. Make an X. Across the bottom. All right, so there's one strap or handle, same thing. Now to put the other one on. And anytime you draw on your project with your friction pin, before I do anything else, I'm just going to heat away those lines.
Tell them yes, this video will be on YouTube.
Yes, this video will always be on YouTube.
We do not delete them.
I don't delete my videos. Well, actually, I can't say that. I've deleted a few. But
we rarely delete them.
Rarely. It's...
Well, they're in Denmark and they have to go because it's late.
Oh, yeah. The replay will be here. All right. Next. And across the top one more time. Now to line up the other one. Sew it on there. Come on, stay right there. There we go. Got to talk to it. Because when I talk to it, it listens. Sometimes.
It listens.
Right there. And across the top again. And there I have 2 straps that are on there. They ain't going nowhere. There's my test. Not going nowhere. Stays on there. All right, which one did I not erase? This one. Erase those lines that I drew all over the place. All right, next step is to put some tabs on the zipper, and then we're going to put the zipper on the bag and put the bag together. So I just need the zipper, and I just need...
Oh, Marcia, just put the link in for her.
Scott just put the link in for
Marcia. She wants to know about your King Quilter.
Oh, yeah. You can learn about it on that link. All right, so I'm going to stitch this closed first so that it stays.
The wrong one. Big Q. There. Now the link is in.
All right. I'm going to put a zipper tab on here. My zipper tabs are a little bit different than everybody else's. Sometimes I do them correctly. Sometimes I do them incorrectly. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. You know, I just kind of make things up as I go. I'm just going to fold this zipper tab on here. And I'm going to sew it. Right there. And then the other one, I will add.
Do your feed dogs drop on your Juki?
Yes, they do. If you want a free motion quilt, this does it. You can drop your feed dogs and free motion quilt. Man. Oh well. So there's one zipper tab. I'm just making it equal with the zipper. I mean, yeah, with the zipper. What am I saying? All right, let's see how big the bag is. Almost exact. Look at that. Stay out of my way. There we go. Line that up there. I'm going to go ahead and chop right here and put a zipper tab on this end.
Will it only be boxed at the bottom?
Yes, it'll only be boxed at the bottom. Right there. Yep, only at the bottom.
You buy your zippers in bulk? I believe we do, don't we?
Yes, we buy them in bulk, but I don't like buying these kind of zippers anymore. I'm more about buying the zipper by the yard, which seems like we go through so fast. So these ones I use mainly for inside zippers and stuff like that. I don't usually use them anymore on the outsides of bag, but this is for a child, so it actually doesn't matter what I use. So that is the only reason why I'm using the ones I don't normally use anymore. It's because it's for a kid. All right, now to put the zipper on the bag and put the bag together. So I'm just going to grab one lining piece. I'm going to put this zipper on here, and I'm going to clip it. And then I'll put the lining on, and so on and so forth. I'm just going to clip the zipper on first. Then I'll come back and line the lining up. And I am trying to like push these out of the way, the straps. Oh, I forgot to trim this to the same size. I'm slacking here. Okay. Once that's clipped and pasted, I'm going to put the lining right side together with the top. And I'm just going to clip it, remove clip, replace clip, remove, replace, remove, replace. And then I'm going to stitch on with a 1/4 inch seam, or as best to it, but I do need to move the zipper head out of the way. I just realized I forgot to do that. Come on. Okay, now replace.
You're freezing again.
Why don't you use the other one?
I have it here. I have 2 computers. I'll end up breaking them both if you give me a chance.
Come on. Get over it.
Technology doesn't like me. It breaks when I touch it.
All right, this is nope, not working. I don't know what's happening here, but this is not working. This is a first. This never happens. But today,
What happened, honey?
it's not working. The zipper needs to be sewn on. My goodness. Well, if I'm going to have a problem, I might as well have it now, right? For some strange reason,
It's for your mother-in-law. That's why it's not working. Right?
The zipper was not staying in its spot, and it shifted, and then the needle decided to go up on the zipper head, on the zipper the zipper part, this part that you zip, and it got itself stuck on there, and then all of a sudden it shifted down and started sewing sideways. So I'm just gonna yank those stitches out, and I'm gonna put a zipper foot on my machine because it's easy to change out, not easily. It changes out easily, and we're gonna do that way. We're gonna do it with a actual zipper head, a zipper foot. That's the word, which is specifically for sewing on zippers. Sometimes you just have to suck it up and use the correct stuff to sew with. All right, let's put this back on here. And then I'm going to change out the foot on the machine and do it correctly. Or at least attempt to. So that weird looking thing that's with your Juki and it has a little slidey mahoot bobber thingy, doohickey thing, yeah, that's your zipper foot, if you didn't know. Just goes on very easily like, and then you adjust it to the side that you're sewing for your zipper. So I'm either on the right or the left. Right now it's on the right, but I actually need it on the left. So I'm just going to slide the head over to the left side and call it a zipper foot and sew with it that way. And this should keep me better right next to where I need to be. And the weird thing is I never use the zipper foot ever, like really, unless I absolutely have to, like right now. Come on, get out of my way. And now I should be able to flip it around to this side. Iron it down and then top stitch. I'm just folding it back, pressing it, and then I'm going to top stitch it. I'm also coming in from this side. Make sure it's all pushed back. We don't want anything in the way of the zipper. All right.
What stitch length do you use for top stitching?
A 3.0. And there it is now, top stitched. Ta-da! Now to repeat that same process with the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and add this piece on here first, right sides together with the outside of the bag. I'm going to clip it. There. And right there. I'm going to flip the whole thing over and put the lining pieces right sides together. I'm going to line up the lining now and remove the pin, replace the pin. Remove, replace. Making bags is not that hard. All right. And now I'm going to change my stitch length again and then sew this on. Did it again by putting that way too close. Go figure. Reach through my zipper head. There we go. All right, that's sewn on. Now I just need to press it. And then top stitch. Just going to open it up. Moving the straps out of my way. Holding it open. Using the iron to keep it back. Away from the zipper.
Very Marie says your notebook for the legit kit is a genius idea.
Yeah, it's actually helping me having it all in a notebook for sure. Especially since I pre-record videos for you guys that week. You know, I like record it earlier in the week so that you guys have it on Wednesdays. So it's helping me keep order as I'm going. That way I don't get out of place and then screw something up and then make it harder on you guys that are following along. Even if you're not doing Skulliver, you're still following along doing a legit kit. All right, I'm going to change my stitch length again, and I'm going to top stitch.
They can watch the videos and learn about paper piecing.
Yeah.
It is cool to watch and see.
So I'm just top stitching now.
Tell him our neighbor is watching just because he wants to see the finished product.
Yeah, my neighbor even watches my Skulliver videos because he wants to see the big skull reveal. He wants to see how awesome it turns out.
He's just a content video game player, but he likes to watch it. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he came across my videos and was like, "You're making this big, huge skull thing? I can't wait to see that. It's going to be so awesome." And I was like, "Yep, that's what I'm doing."
Yep.
Where'd they go? Right there. All right, that is now sewn. You can see every time I make a bag, that lining shifts. Can you see that? So it's lined up nicely on one side because I went one way, but when I go to the other side and go the opposite way, that lining sticks out. And then the other side, see, it's actually flush right here and less right there. So it happens. Don't freak out. I'm still going to put the bag together. You can straighten out the sides if you want to so that they're equal, which is kind of what I'm going to do right now. It happens. Some fabrics just stretch more than others, no matter which way you sew them. So just going to go ahead and straighten this side up right here. I have tabs on the end, so I can't really mess anything up. Just straightening it up. And this is my fresh blade. That's why I used it, because it's like super sharp. I'm just going to go to this other side and just make it nice and straight too. Just in case. All right. Next step is to open your zipper most way. This is how you finish your bag. Let's put that there. I'm done with those. Where's the lid? Oh, no, I'm not done with those. Let's move that out of the way. We're going to put the zipper open. So you want opening. Then you're going to take your outside of your bag and put it right sides together, and then your lining, and you're going to have those right sides together. We're going to clip those side tabs on the zipper, your zipper tabs. We're going to clip those together facing in towards the lining. So I'm going to put a clip with it facing in towards the lining, and I'm going to repeat on this side as well. I'm going to line everything up, and then just clip it facing the lining. And then we're going to clip all the way around, lining everything up the rest of the way. Come on, come on. All right. And then we're going to clip the lining. Come on, get it on there. There we go. And we're going to be stitching all the way around except for leaving an opening at the bottom of the lining. So I'm going to put my clip in place where I want to start and stop to leave my opening. And I'm also going to switch back to the other foot because I find a zipper foot and sewing the bag together isn't always the best thing for me. So again, they come off really easily. I use the screwdriver every time to tighten it, because if I don't, I've had feet fly off because I sew so fast. And I definitely don't want my foot to fly off while I'm sewing, because that'll break a needle and break my machine, and then, then it'd just be horrible. All right. I'm going to put
You are a speed demon, my love.
my seam guide down. The outside of the bag, I'm going to try to sew with 1/4 inch, and then the inside of the bag, I'm going to take it to 3/8 of an inch. So the inside of the bag, I'm going to have at 3/8, and then the outside of the bag is going to be 1/4. And the reason for that is I want the inside of the bag to be just a smidge smaller, purposely because it's so much sagginess if I don't. And I'm very used to doing this now, so, oops. Be nice to have that foot down. And it would also be nice to have a nice stitch length. And you're asking me, how do I get to those different stitch lengths? Well, what I do, not stitch length, stitch seam allowances. Once I get to the top where the side where the zipper tab is folded in, I start angling out. And then I'll just back stitch a little bit and then make my way in to a 1/4 inch seam. And I've been doing this a while now with the bags. I've noticed all the bags lay so much better having the lining smaller than the outside of the bag. I don't always make them smaller, but I do sew them smaller. So when I get to this side now, I'm going to stitch to where the zipper tab folds in, and I'm going to go inward instead of outward. So I'm going to take a couple stitches and then turn it to where it's 3/8 of an inch, and then start sewing. And then turn. And I left an opening to flip the bag. But before I do, I'm going to close my sides. Actually, I want to trim away that seam allowance first with scissors. Where did my scissors go? Right there.
I didn't steal them.
I'm going to trim away the excess seam allowance. That way it's not bulking up inside there. Taking it down to 1/4 inch. It's just the lining side. I don't have to do anything to the bag side itself, just the side that the lining is on. Come on. And yes, I'm just using scissors to do it. Come on, right there. And I'm also going to do the bottom, but only to where I stitched. I still want to be able to fold that over. So just to where I stitched. Same with this side. Just getting rid of the most of that bulk. Not like it's really bulky. This is a pretty thin fabric. Okay, I'm going to line up my ends and sew them. Again, 1/4 inch on these two, 3/8 of an inch on those two. And if you need to pin it, or clip it, that kind of thing when you're making a bag. I just nest the seams opposite of each other, place a clip on it, line it up and sew it. And I do a bazillion back stitches along it. All right, now for the other side. I folded that inward, so that's going to fold outward. flap. Come on, stay down. There we go. All right, now to sew these fellers on this side and box these corners.
Look at you, you're soon done.
I'm just going to clip them first. And remember, my zipper is open. If it wasn't open, I wouldn't be doing this. I would have to reach in and do that first. That zipper needs to be open or else there's no turning. All right, so these ones are going to get 3/8 inch seam allowance. Let's just sew it like this. All right, other side. Okay, I'm going to trim away that excess on both these bottoms. It's not much, just like 1/8 of an inch of seam. And then we're going to flip it out and then seal the bag. All right, now time for what they call birthing the bag, although I just say turning it out now. I used to say birthing the bag all the time, but now I just turn it out.
Well, birthing the bag sounds good.
Yeah. I'm going to open the zipper the rest of the way, though, to make it a little bit easier. It's not very thick, and my hand hole is big enough for my hand, so it should pull the little bag through quite easily. Come on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A little bit more. A little bit more. Keep going. Get out that hole. It's definitely like a baby's head trying to come out of that 10 centimeters.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I don't like, because then I end up going in that whole birthing thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I've seen that.
It's out the hole.
All these ladies on here know all about it. We don't need to keep going down that one.
All right, we're going to push these corners out. Push corner out. Push corner out. I'm going to flip these tabs out. We have very tiny tabs this time. Come on, get out. There we go. We're going to put the lining back in and make sure that it fits nicely and it's a cute little bag. My corner's good. The bag lining is not sagging in there. The zipper seals it, and it's a cute little handbag. Let's seal that bottom and be done. So I'm just going to open it up, pull the lining back out. I'm just going to fold it under.
And look at that. You made your mother-in-law's day.
Yeah.
Making a bag for her little granddaughter.
All right. Just folding it, making it nice. Stay right there. Here we go. Right there. And I sew from one end to the other. It looks better that way, I think. Or else I would have went through a pocket, but I didn't make pockets this time, so. Sewing 1/8 of an inch from the edge across the whole entire bottom of the bag, sealing it as I go. I knew it's hooking on something. All right. So I see the whole entire bottom. Oh, where it is, right there. Pluck some threads away. Slide it back in, and it's done. So she can put whatever she wants in her little cute bag.
Do you ever use decorative zippers?
I have decorative zippers, a couple of them, but I have not used them. No, because I like to seal everything off. All right, so you can see that the bag lining does not sag in there. See how it like meets up nicely when the bag is fully opened. So it meets up in there nicely. It's nice and flat. The side slip pockets have room, and then the whole entire bag closes. So it's just a cute little children's bag to put children-y kid stuff in. And it looks like this one is not centered to this one. It's off. Look at that, just a little bit. But that's okay.
It looks great.
It don't matter.
It looks great.
I never said my work was perfect. There we go. So there's the bag. All done.
That little girl will love it.
Yep.
Plus, this is a donation. We weren't paid for this. So
Yep.
this little girl will love it.
This is just a favor for family. All right. Anybody have any questions or anything?
I asked.
I am sweating my butt off, so I'm actually gonna just, be done.
No one said anything.
I am hot in here today. That's what I get for wearing pajamas while sewing. These are kind of hot.
How much do you charge for that size?
These ones are usually $35 when I make bags this size. 35, 40 depends on if I use better zippers and stuff. But like I said, this is just a favor for the family, so I didn't use zipper by the yard on the top, a bigger zipper tab. I just used this because it's for family. It's adorable. So they're just chilling, chillaxing. That's a word.
They're
chillaxing.
Want one made like that. I don't know if we have more fabric exactly like
No,
that. But
not enough for another bag.
But Tiff has plenty of fabric for those of all that want a bag.
All right, I'm done.
They want to know if we got the termites killed yet.
No. No. We have termite problem.
Fix.
We tried what that says to try on the internet, and the internet, those, ways to kill them at home all naturally, like orange oil and vinegar and all these other things. It don't work. It don't work. They're subterranean termites. They come back. They come back.
Well, they come underneath the concrete, so
Yep.
It's hard to kill them under there. That's why you have to rip up the carpeting and have them drill into the concrete, which is why we haven't had them come, because I don't want to rip up the carpet.
Oh, by the way, this eraser thing that I got from my daughter, it's an eraser. The head broke off of it to close it, but there's an eraser in there, and the eraser has a brush, and it erases and brushes away everything that I've cut, all that batting that I just cut and got on my mat. It's erasing it and shooing it away. I love this thing. Anyway, anybody have anything? Because I'm going to get off of here and we're going to go finish watching The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. It's an older movie, but, it's a good one. So that's what we're watching. So, anyways, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like this video, and share it with your quilty friends. And I will see you next week. You guys will see me on Wednesday, but that's just a pre-recorded video. And then you'll see me next Sunday, because this week I'm not doing nothing besides calmness. Bye, everybody.
Good night.